Hello, and you're welcome back to Lost Worlds and Farming Simulator 22. Here we're back chopping corn here again this episode, and if you can tell, we are almost done here with chopping corn. If I'm not mistaken, we'll probably be done here with this in the next couple minutes. Got the hired worker working on the straight up and down there, and I'm just working on this angled section here. Again, running the John Deere chopper here, pulling one of the Meyer 4H boxes here, and then of course we got the Minneapolis Moline there running the New Holland chopper, pulling one of the Gale 4H boxes. Again, the hired workers do not want to turn around here for this particular 4H box, so that's why I'm running this one here. I'm also just running the two sides of it. I'm obviously not running the straight angle because the hired worker's on that. If I start running that, I'm going to start having problems with the hired worker, right? So let the hired worker take care of that. Yeah, we're very, very quickly knocking off this little triangle section here. There's, like I said, not a whole lot left here between the two choppers here. Making pretty quick work of it. You can kind of see the entire bit of what we got chopped here since last episode here. Got, yeah, where the weeds are, and obviously that was chopped the last in-game day here. And then where there's no weeds, well, that's what we've been chopping here since last episode. So, again, making some pretty quick progress with this, given, the size of the choppers we're using here. Like I said, hopefully for the next series of them, we'll probably look at maybe getting into some of the self-propelled choppers. I figure for this time around, though, we're just going to stick with the tow behind here. Have some fun with that, right? At least as much fun as can be had, 3 rows at a time. I know, exciting, isn't that one? I don't think I'll even finish this chop, or this, won't even fill this up here, I don't think. Not sure how much is in the Gale box there. Finish putting the rest of this here into our fermenting silo, and we'll let that fermenting silo finish hopefully fermenting the rest of it up. With that being said, Evan, I have my doubts here if we can find the fermenting silo. There's our factories. I have my doubts if this will finish actually fermenting all the chaff we have in. Oh, speaking of chaff in here, we almost actually have this thing full, believe it or not. Wow, look at that, 933 yards. Good thing we don't have a whole lot of corn left, Evan, because yeah, it is almost full. And, yeah, it is, if you ask me, I'm pretty stinking slow, which, yeah, not, I don't know about you folks, I'm not okay with that. That thing needs to be, like, way faster. Way faster. Seems to be that's kind of the common theme with all of Giant's factories. I presume they're probably trying to, make it so you can't just hit one factory hard, just, pump out all kinds of products. They're trying to slow it down a little bit. No, just, let it run full speed. Maybe put a little bit of a limit on it, but not, you put in a couple wagon loads and that's enough to last an entire year in the game. Come on now. What kind of nonsense is that? Or at the very least, maybe Farming Simulator 25 will have this. Maybe give us a tiered system, we buy the cheap factory that only can produce so much a year. And then we buy the expensive factory that can, take it as fast as you can bring it in, right? Point do I just let the hired worker finish this? Or maybe I should just finish this here. Getting to the point, I think we're just kind of getting in each other's way almost here. If I can sneak in here before he turns around. Surprised the hired workers actually stayed working here so far. A lot of times you get to these funny angles like this and the hired worker's like, nah, I'm done. He's actually still going yet. Wow. Kind of surprised by that. Always been, I don't know about you folks, I've always been kind of super annoyed by that here. You get them hired workers that on an angled field like this, and the part that always has annoyed me, and I'm sure you folks have probably noticed this as well, the hired worker will turn around, right? Like, the hired worker turns around. As soon as he turns around, that's when he quits. It's like, really? The field is right in front of you. You turned around, then you quit. Yeah. I don't know. I always just thought that was just, yeah, ridiculous. Come on, Giants. Maybe if Giants would actually use the hired workers, maybe they'd realize it. Ooh, can we get in here in time? Maybe. Close here. Missed a stalk of corn. Maybe the hired worker will get that one. Yeah, I think at this point I probably should just unhire that worker because it's we're getting down to the last. Oh, looks like the hired worker actually got that little bit. Oh no, wait, he didn't. I think he just rode over it. Oh, maybe he did. Not there. Okay, he must have got it. Didn't look like he had the chopper on until the last little section there. So. Notice, Evan, I am kind of somewhat properly running the chopper here. I'm not driving through the crop like the hired worker is. Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't know there's much you can do about that. Yeah, I don't think there's really a way to get the hired worker to run properly, even if you could use courseplay, because courseplay will probably do the same thing. It's going to go back and forth, and, well, 50% of the time, everyone's going to be driving over the crop, right? So, I think there's a whole lot you can do about that, unfortunately. There we go. Helper's blocked by an object. Calling me an object. Wow. I resemble that remark. If he pulls out of the way, I'll finish up this last little bit right here. I think I can grab it here. Need the hired worker out of the way. As that corn plays over. Did I get it? I think we got it all, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's turn that chopper off, Evan. We are... you know what? Okay, there's a little bit over here. I suppose we can chop this real quick. Other than that, there's a stalk here, stalk there. Not going to bother getting, the handful of stalks that are here and there. I mean, that's, not going to bother. We'll get this row, though. There's like 10 stalks, 12, whatever there is in this row. I suppose that could be arguably worth it. Okay. I don't know if that was worth it or not, but we got them taken care of. And we should be able to pull this up through the, put this over here so we can fold it. Should be able to pull this up through the silo here, I would think, with this all connected. We'll find out. If not, there's an international tractor. That might be a better idea. Let's just, I'll drop this trailer here. Oh, that's the wrong disconnect spot. Try that. There we go. A lot of manure sitting there. Well, that's good. We've got a lot of fields that can be fertilized. Although, again, as I keep mentioning, I do plan on wrapping this series up here once we are done with harvest here. And speaking of done with harvest, well, corn is done. So that means we are ready to probably skip time, everyone. Once we skip time here, we'll be on to the sunflower harvest here. And then I was planning on mowing the hay one more time yet, everyone. So I'll have to see once here. Because, yeah, technically we can do the sunflowers, and then we have, what, one more? I'm checking here. Yeah, I think it'd be one more episode this week. Guess we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to figure that out. Okay, let's fold this one up as well. Back to the trailer there, hopefully. Still, I find it a bummer that none of these trailers have hitches on them, everyone. Again, like I said, real life, all the trailers I've ever seen, they all have hitches because the farmers aren't pulling just one of these at a time. Farmers, they're all pulling like 3, 4. Okay, maybe not 3 or 4. They're usually pulling 2 or 3 at least. Usually 2 or 3 of these trailers at a time. So, I don't know why there's not hitches on them, but farmers tend to treat these like they do gravity wagons, right? Connect a bunch of them together. At least when it comes to gravity wagons, I question some of the farmers, choices and how many wagons they're pulling. Sometimes you see the farmers pulling 3 or 4 wagons down the road. It's like, I don't know about 3 or 4. That seems like a little much. Well, by all rights, this should not unload, everyone. I wonder if it's actually not going to, because it's not giving me an option. And actually, there it is. It's weird. For those who don't know, these wagons run off an auger. Or PTO, I'm sorry. I was going to say PTO. These run off a PTO. There's actually a belt up front there. I guess, I think they consider that a belt, right? Runs that belt system there, which unloads that trailer. Very European-like, requiring power to unload a trailer, right, everyone? And the reason I say that, of course, Evan, because if you look at the, and again, I'm going to use these terms somewhat loosely, but if you look at the American-style trailer, Evan, we got the gravity wagon, right? No hydraulics, no PTOs. You're lucky if it even has lights in the back, right? Half of them don't even have that. I think nowadays you're kind of supposed to, but like I said, especially on your older ones, you're lucky if they even have lights. And, of course, definitely no hydraulics and or PTOs or anything like that. Now, of course, you get over to the European-style one here. Yeah, hydraulics, lights, brakes, crazy hitch systems. Like, what in the world? Yeah. The slurry pit looks a little full. Just a little bit. Maybe we should have put the larger one down. I figured I think that's like the small one or whatever it is. I figured that'd be plenty. Apparently not. Okay, one more wagon to unload here. Those should both be empty. Let me double check that. That's right. Oh, there we go. Actually got it to show up there for a change. That one is actually full. Okay. You know what? I'm going to be greedy and go unload mine first. Then we'll let the hired worker take care of unloading that one. Please wait while we shift a few gears here. Reminds me a little bit of another red tractor, or red tractors, I should say, that we have. It's not quite as bad, though. This one at least stays going, right? It's not like constantly shifting gears. Oh, before I forget, too, Evan, we figured out how to unload out the back of these Meyer 4H boxes here. Now, unfortunately, the menu is absolutely useless and of no help. But if you push the U key, which is kind of your standard change, unload, right? Then we can actually unload out the back, which I suspected these are capable of doing it. I'm just like, didn't see any option for making it work, right? I don't know why that's not under the help menu. I have no idea. Seems like, in my opinion, it should be. And it'd be nice to, like, okay, it actually tells you, are we unloading out the back? Are we unloading out the side? I'm not sure what it calls or what the terminology is for this particular one, but back unload versus a side unload. It'd be nice to tell you what mode you're in, right? Why it doesn't do that, I don't know. Kind of annoying, if you ask me. Let's see if we can pull this up here. Okay, now we can go let the hired worker unload that one. Hello, front of Alice Chalmers tractor. We're just going to take this back and just like park him up alongside the cow barn here. That'd probably be a good spot for him. Got all the rest of them up here already, though, so. Okay, looks good to me. I think we're good to probably do a little sleep in here, Evan. So we're going to sleep through the night, and then we should be ready for sunflower harvest here. Also, we'll check our hay field here as well. You never know. Maybe we get lucky having the hay will be ready to be mowed, and we can attempt to just do like a cram session next episode and see if we get all the harvesting done in one video. I'd be probably pushing it just a little bit. Let's go check our hay field here. What's the verdict? Nope. Yeah, it's got one more growth stage yet, Evan. So if you see the little bits here, that's what I want to see on this field. I think it's in the second one now, I think. And again, I didn't realize this one, but I thought the hay fields had 2 stages. It looks like they actually have 3 stages. So again, like I said, I think we're in the second one here now. And I'm looking for the third one. Anyway, speaking of being ready to harvest, though, sunflowers definitely are ready. So let's grab our combine here. Header, hey, look at that. We're right there. Switch out our headers here a minute. We'll start in on the sunflowers. Running our John Deere 6620 turbo. Hey, you know, that was a big thing back in the day. I mean, hey, it had a turbo on it, right? Like these 4020s, no turbos on these 4020s, unless, of course, you added a kit for it. But by default, no turbos on them. No turbos on your 30s. I'm trying to think. What would have been one of the first John Deere tractors with a turbo? That's actually a good question. I believe like the 5020s. I believe those had a turbo, right? Other than that, you probably had to get more into like the 4000 series before you started seeing turbos being a little more standard, right? Okay, let's start harvesting. Eight rows at a time. I folks seen that there. I lowered the head down, but then as soon as we got to the sunflowers, the head came right back up again. Kind of weird. Of course, with the sunflowers, the reason for that evidence we're harvesting higher up in the air here. Sunflowers, we're getting the heads here, so we don't need to be way down on the ground. Don't necessarily be that little corn typically either, but depends on the corn year, right? Get some of those corn years where the corn is like short, really short. Sometimes you need to be riding that head right on the ground to get the ears of corn. Obviously, escapees are never good. I would want to get all that corn into the combine. Doesn't do any good if you leave it behind. Anyway, on that note, let's head over to the comment section in a moment. See what you folks had to say here for last episode. And just a reminder here, too, before I read the comments, if you haven't already clicked that subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, as always, if you like the video, well, you know what to do. Give her the old thumbs up right there. Also, if you'd like to catch some more RDAllen content, you can find myself over on Twitch, RDAllen on Twitch. That is where you can find the live content as well. You know, this is kind of the dead content over here, right? So if you want the live content, you got to go over to Twitch for that. We've been actually live streaming on this map a fair amount here with this series of one. Typically, I keep the live streams more for multiplayer content, but I think we managed a good like one live stream a week here on this map here so far. So. Anyway, let's head over to the comment section in a moment, see what you folks had to say here. Starting off with Hetro. Hetro was saying, good video. Hey, thank you very much for that. Always appreciated. And just a side note here again, always enjoy reading all you folks' comments. So if you got something to say, throw it down below. Also, of course, too, like I said, we're looking at starting a new series here very, very soon. So if you have any suggestions for the next series, I do tentatively have a map picked out, but you folks are welcome to throw out some map suggestions as well. You got a map you'd like to see. Again, like I said, I do tentatively have a map picked out, but that doesn't mean that's the map we're going to play. I don't remember which map it was again, but there was a couple of maps back when I had a map picked out, and then like last second, like, oh, we're going to go play this one instead. So I don't remember which one that one was again, but you'll have to ask my channel historian. When in doubt, I always ask the channel historian. He remembers everything. Brian was saying the front and rear unload mire boxes are separate mods. You have to download the rear ones or the front ones. Huh, interesting. The ones I have actually can unload both ways. So I don't know if that's, maybe there's something different there, but yeah, like I said, the ones I have, you can actually unload both ways. You just have to select it, and unfortunately, again, it doesn't like show that they're capable of that, which, well, we kind of already discussed that. I find that to be kind of annoying. plus the fact that it doesn't show you what mode it's in. I find that to be kind of annoying, right? As well, nice, like, hey, we're in this mode, right? That way you know. How come this is not unload out the side? Oh, well, it's because you got the back unload selected. Well, how am I supposed to know that? Christopher was saying, good video, keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that. Bud was saying, my cousin used to chop into trucks with a tow behind chopper. John Deere 4520 and a 3950 John Deere chopper. John Deere 4520 tractor, eh? Don't hear about too many of those tractors usually. There's what, a 4520 and a 4620, I'd like to say. Gillen was saying the AR frame trucks have grain beds that are separate attachments. That's probably what I was looking for here a couple episodes ago when I was looking for a good truck. I know I've got some more trucks here with beds on them, but I just could not find them. And obviously didn't want to just spend forever just looking for trucks here, but almost full here. We're going to have to go grab our gravity wagon here a minute. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably get you off the field here before I forget. I guess it's not the end of the world, but we could just leave him over here. And I'll be wondering, like, hey, don't I have another tractor and forage wagon somewhere? Oh, yeah, left him over in the field. Speaking of leaving him over in the field, didn't I, oh, no, I got the, was the lime spreader? I think it was the lime spreader. He was sitting up there for the longest time. I finally got him off the field. Running out of space up here to park more wagons. Ooh, I might be able to just squeeze this in here yet. Okay, maybe not quite. If it wasn't for the duals on the tractor, we probably would have been able to. Okay. No, put the paint away. We don't need no stinking paint now. John Deere 4840? Sure. Makes it look like the PTO's running. I'm not sure why it's doing that. There we go. Didn't show like it was actually on. Just sounded like it was for some reason. Okay, I think with this size tractor, we could probably run our J&M gravity wagon here. John Deere 4840. Again, a lot of times when it comes to these gravity wagons, that one more about the weight of the tractor than it is necessarily the horsepower here. I know we used to pull a 250 bushel wagon with a 30 horsepower tractor all the time. No issues. Well, I shouldn't maybe say, yeah, technically true. No issues, that one. Stopping's a little scary sometimes, right? And the 250 bushel wagon we had did not have brakes on it. Some of these larger wagons, especially the 680, I'm sure this one probably has brakes on it. And that will at least help a little bit. When the wagon you're pulling actually has brakes. And you're not just relying completely on the brakes of the tractor. And obviously the brakes on the tractor are only as effective as the weight of the tractor as well. When your gravity wagon weighs 10 times what your tractor weighs, yeah, have fun with that one. Even in this case, I'm sure this gravity wagon fully loaded is probably Would you guess twice? I'm just gonna say twice what this tractor weighs. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. You folks let me know. What do you think? If you're to fully load a J&M 680 gravity wagon, just for argument's sake, we'll assume it holds 680 bushels. Which is, corn is what, 56? 56 bushels, or 56 pounds a bushel, I think. 55. I'm trying to remember here now again. Where's my calculator? Come on. Wow, slowest loading calculator ever. So 56 times 680. 38,000 pounds. So yeah, potentially 38,000 pounds in that wagon. That one, give or take, like I said, I'm assuming 56 pounds per bushel. Being pulled by a John Deere 4840. I don't know what a 4840 weighs. I'm going to guess probably what, maybe 20,000? Like I said, don't quote me on those numbers. I'm just guessing what that tractor weighs, but... Anyway, next comment here from Jace Jar. He was saying, you saved me 700 plus hours of gameplay. And again, I know I mention these comments every so often, but a lot of people, again, don't realize that Farming Simulator has an automatic save game backup feature. So if you're maybe new to the game here, just remember that. If something ever goes wrong with your save game, Farming Simulator has an automatic backup feature, so you should never have an excuse for losing a save game unless you format your hard drive or something. But even then, you're playing with the Steam version. I mean, the Steam version, as far as I know, used to back up your save games as well. So, like I said, there really shouldn't be much excuse for losing save games here when it comes to Farming Simulator. If you're not sure how to use that feature, I've got a video on my channel. Just do a search for it, and it should turn up. It's pretty much the same steps for all versions of the game. So. Derek was saying with 4-inch boxes, it depends on the model of the box you have. If you don't have a PT on it, the hydraulics on the back will unload from the back. Well, that makes sense. And looking at the time, everyone, I think with that, it's about time to wrap it up here for this episode. So with that, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.